Welcome back, everybody. Matt the Man here. Hope you're doing well. So we are officially in the month of November. I can't believe we only have now 2 months left of the year of 2025. Where did the year go? I don't know. But I'm not the only one that's been saying that this year has gone a lot quicker than normal. Don't know why. I'm not an expert. Don't ask me those questions. I don't got the answer. But we are in November, that means there's new movies. A slew of new movies coming out this month. The good thing is that we're going to start seeing some Oscar buzz movies coming out. We got blockbuster movies coming out. We got sequel movies coming out. We got it all. So let's get into it. The first week of November, November 7th, we got Predator Badlands. This is directed by the same guy, Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey, the last Predator movie. He also did that movie 10 Cloverfield Lane, the best Cloverfield movie in that franchise. It stars Elle Fanning. Looking forward to that. We also got Nuremberg. This is based on the Nazis that were on trial after World War II. I'm looking forward to this. It has Russell Crowe, Rami Malek. They're saying that Russell Crowe might actually get Oscar attention. It's been a while since Russell Crowe has gotten some Oscar attention. He was very big in the early 2000s. Gladiator, A Beautiful Mind, Cinderella Man. But it's been a while since he's been talked about for Oscars. And apparently he gives an Oscar-worthy performance in Nuremberg. So I'm looking forward to that. Also that weekend we got Christy, based on the female boxer Christy Martin, played by the one and only Sydney Sweeney. And she's also getting Oscar talk. That movie also has Ben Foster in the movie. I don't know much about the female boxer. She's one of the best. So I'm actually looking forward to that too. And that weekend we have a new Lynn Ramsey movie. She's the director behind We Need to Talk About Kevin. And the Joaquin Phoenix movie, You Were Never Really Here. This movie stars Robert Pattinson and Jennifer Lawrence. Or as I like to call it, the Twilight movie we never got. No, this has nothing to do with Twilight. It's just a lot of people don't know that Jennifer Lawrence actually did try out for Twilight back in the late 2000s. And she was like the runner-up. And if she got the role, she would have been with Robert Pattinson during that time. But now we're getting Katniss Everdeen and Edward Cullen in a movie together. Then the second week of November, we got The Running Man, a remake. But this is also based on a Stephen King book, which I've heard is more closer to the book than the Arnold Schwarzenegger version from the 80s. This is directed by Edgar Wright, starring Glenn Powell, my new favorite young actor that's showing up in everything. We also got Now You See Me 3, or as we call it, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Like the magic, right? What was it? The Magic Man in Talladega Nights. Now you see me, now you don't. I've never been a huge fan of the Now You See Me series, so unless this movie gets really good reviews, me personally, I'll probably wait for it to show up on a streaming service. Third week of November, we got Wicked for Good, or otherwise known as Wicked Part 2. I'm curious to see how that movie does reviews-wise. I enjoyed the first one. Also that weekend we got Rental Family. This starring Brendan Fraser This is his first major role since he won the Oscar for The Whale in 2022. Yeah, he showed up in the Martin Scorsese film Killers of the Flower Moon, but he was only in that movie for like one scene. In this movie, he's the star. So, and that's getting great reviews. He could have another Oscar nomination on the horizon. We'll see. And then the final week of November, we got Zootopia 2. This movie is like almost 10 years in the making. I can't believe it's been almost 10 years since the last Zootopia movie. So I'm curious to see how that goes. And we got an original film called Eternity with Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and Callum Turner. I'm looking forward to that more than Zootopia. I like Elizabeth Olsen. I like Miles Teller. So it's an original movie. Looks really interesting. It shows like when you're in like the afterlife, and I don't know if it's in that middle ground between heaven or whatever, but Elizabeth Olsen dies, and then while she's in limbo or whatever, eternity, she has to choose between her first husband, who ended up dying in the war, or her latest husband, who's also died like 2 days before. So now she has to figure out who she wants to spend eternity with. The first husband or the second husband. That's an interesting premise, in my opinion. So I'm very curious about that movie. But those are the movies coming out in November. Now there's also going to be a lot of streaming movies. Like we're going to get Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro the first week of November on Netflix. Really looking forward to that. Also the new Knives Out movie, Knives Out 3, Wake Up Dead Man. That's supposed to be in theaters near the end of November for like a week. But then it's going to be on Netflix in December. I'm looking forward to that movie too. I didn't put it on here because I don't know how long it's going to be in the theater. If for some reason Netflix doesn't want to put their movies in the theater longer than a week. But I am looking forward to that. So let me know in the comments below, what are you looking forward to in the month of November? Hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment.